What is going on, legends? All right, I'm gonna kick off this video with a dad joke. Do you want to sleep like a baby? Do you want to sleep every night like a baby? This is my friend's dad told me this joke. And the answer is yes, you say. And then the thing is, okay, you want to shit yourself and cry yourself to sleep all night. Fucking dad jokes. I can't put that. Yes, I can, and I will put it in, and you'll enjoy that dad joke. All right, let's do this. In this video, guys, I'm going to talk about 18. It's pretty hardcore, but when I was writing the list, I was like, 18? Damn straight, 18. These 18 sleep hacks are going to allow you to have the perfect night's sleep. So, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, click the button so we can go on this journey together of living our best lives. Now I'm going to go through these hacks, but before I do, I just want to hammer the point of how important it is to have a good night's sleep. There is nothing that you can really do to compensate for a poor quality sleep. There's not like people, and this is a really interesting, 150 years ago, humans slept for an average of 11 to 13 hours a night. What? Are you serious? I'm deadly serious. 150 years ago, humans slept for an average of 11 to 13 hours a night. What? Some people are sleeping. There was a time where for 7 weeks in a row, I literally slept for 3 hours a night when I was like in my hustle mode. Are you kidding me? What was the consequence? Adrenal fatigue, which had me perform like an absolute moron because I didn't have any energy. So, if you're on this video, it tells me that you care about your sleep. And for that, I want to say, boom, high five right there, because it is a damn serious topic. The other thing that let's just go into the first hack, because the first hack is going to say what I was going to say anyway. OURA ring. My precious. This thing right here tracks my sleep. I've got my phone here. There's an app. Shows you your sleep results. Pretty cool. Gives you an energy score every day. But the main thing that it does is it starts to add some tangibility to this idea that this area of our life that most of us have no idea about. No idea about. Hey, did you sleep well? Yeah, I had a good night's sleep. How long did you sleep for? And people go, the time that they kind of got into bed to the time they wake up, they think that's how much sleep that they've had. There is not just the amount of sleep that you have. There is the quality of sleep you have, how much time you sleep in each sleep cycle. You've got your light sleep, you got your REM, you got being awake, then you got your REM sleep, which is your essentially the lightest form of your rapid eye movement. It's the lightest form. Then you have light sleep, and then you have deep sleep, and you go through 90-minute cycles. People don't understand the nuances behind it. And it's not like when you have this app, it shows a lot of depth, but it displays it iPhone style. Simple, clear, easy to get the information you need to get, but it gamifies the process. Because if I was to say to you, hey, you should try sleeping with this essential oil, which is not one of the 18 hacks, by the way, and you test it, how do you know if it's making a difference or not? You're wearing an eye mask. How do you know if it makes a difference or not? You're just guessing? Because you don't know what's going on when you're half asleep and you wake up in the night. Most of the time you don't even remember. You don't even remember most of your dreams unless you wake up during it. So we don't actually know what's going on. This gives tangible evidence where you understand your baseline figures. It also, this is really what it's done for me. To improve your sleep, you understand there's a lot of hacks here that are just straight sleep relevant hacks, but it's a reflection of the quality of your health. To have a good night's sleep, you need to have a really healthy lifestyle. And some of the factors are relevant to that. Some of the hacks are relevant to just purely how do you get a better night's sleep. But the OURA ring allows you to have motivation because you can see your stats. Like if you have a bender and you look at your stats, you can see what the hell is going on in your body and you're like, man, I don't want to do that because I want to have if not, you're just ignorant. You don't know what's going on in the sleep. But if you can see that your heart rate's pumping throughout the night, you're like, what the hell? My lowest heart rate last night was 50, after I just got pissed with my friends. And it's usually on average 45, which means my body was in overload the whole night, suffering, trying to get rid of these toxins from my body. You can see that. You can see what the struggle for your body to recuperate if you get 5 hours sleep versus 7 versus 8 versus 9. You can see what's going on. So it gives you visibility, which gives you motivation to actually implement changes. Because I didn't implement any changes for my sleep until I knew what the hell was going on, because I didn't even know if it was good or bad or whatever. It was just sleep. Now I know. And now my sleep's gone next level as a result of having this ring, because it gave me a benchmark, a scoreboard to measure against. I can see where the hacks pay off. So all these things that I've mentioned here in terms of the 18 hacks we're going to go through, the 17 more, I have verified with my own stats to know that they do make a difference, because I've got something to test against with the results. Now, this is a premium thing. I don't get any kickback from it. Maybe I should create an affiliate. I don't even know if they have affiliates, but just get it. It's like from me to you, someone that I really care about. Like, I care about you guys. I want you to have the healthiest, most fulfilled, successful lives ever. This is one of the best investments I've made in my health, period, ever. It's the single biggest impact on my health over the last few years. So that's the first one. Let's keep going. Second one is, and this is an interesting one, same bedtime every single day. Now, what happens, and this is one that just because I had the ring, I didn't just instantly do all these hacks perfectly. I tested it. I've had it for about 2 years, maybe over that. And I've looked at different times. I've gone, okay, I've been able to look at trends and see how things have improved. When you get to bed at the same time every night, your body starts knowing when it needs to start chilling out, and it knows when it needs to start lowering the intensity of your nervous system and preparing you for sleep. It's this is why sometimes when you have an alarm that you have to get up for the same time every day for work, sometimes you can wake up a minute before your alarm. You're like, how the hell did my body know to wake up that exact minute or a few seconds before the alarm? Because your body clock is on point. And so think about that. Your body clock gets used to waking up at a certain time, but when you go to bed at the same time, your body starts preparing to go to sleep, which means that it knows that it's time to chill out, which means that all the systems in your body that are going to rejuvenate overnight start kicking into gear, meaning like getting ready to repair your body at that time. But it can't get ready to repair if one night you go to bed at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, then the next night it's 1 a.m. and then the next night it's 11 p.m. Because if it's getting ready to shut down when it's thinking, oh crap, he might start or she might start for another few hours, it's got to keep you ready just in case there's danger that comes. But if you go to bed at the same time every night, it is such a big factor. But I wrote every single day. That means even weekends. But it does, like, the time is important. I'll get to the time to go to sleep soon. But this is such a huge factor. So I'm just going to go to the next one that's relevant, which is sleep before 10 p.m. I'm just going to write before 10 p.m. We've all heard, well, maybe not all of us, but there's a common saying that says an hour of sleep before midnight is worth 2 after midnight. Over the first half and the second half of your sleep, there are different priorities for your body. I can't remember which one's which. It's either your mental, I think it's your mental cognition. I think your mind is the one that gets the first half of repair overnight. And then your body starts repairing for the second half of the night. It's either like, it's half and half. It literally changes priorities 50% of the way through the night. But it's based on times. It's not based on like, he went to bed at 1 a.m. so we'll start and we'll go and do the mental repair for the next 4 hours because I assume he's having 8 hours sleep. It's like, nah, there's 2 hours left until the middle of the night. He only gets half of his mental repair done. And a really interesting thing for you guys to understand about the mind, the brain, is that we've got a lymph drainage system. We've got like where the waste from our cells, like there's oxygen that's pumped around our body in our bloodstream that's doing all these functions to help our body be healthy. And what happens is the waste from the cells gets put into the lymph drainage system, essentially from the bottom of our feet all the way up to here. Above here, there's a different system. In our brain, there is the fluid that goes around the brain, and instead of continually draining the waste out, which happens through the digestive system, it also, like the lymphs are also drained with toxins out of the lungs. So so the waste is getting constantly disposed of throughout our body. In our brain, there's fluid where the waste is released into the fluid, and it only gets disposed of at night. So the reason that people feel so sluggish and slow and confused and unclear and foggy after getting a late night's sleep, even if it's long, a late night's sleep, is because that waste in the mental area didn't get the chance to dispose of the waste in the brain. So you've literally still got waste just sitting in that brain fluid that's clogging up your ability and the speed of the mental processes in the brain. So getting to bed before 10 p.m. has a huge effect. It aligns you with the circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is what allows for the natural disposal or the recovery of the different parts of your body, your mental recovery and body recovery. Because there's more energy used in your brain than anywhere else in your body. All right, that's important. And I know a lot of people that have been like, I'm a night owl. There's even studies that show that there's different types of people that are, you know, I perform better at night. I don't like I'm not a morning person. But I also know a lot of people that are really into this stuff that used to call themselves a night person. And then they actually started to change it and realized that it was just a story. It was just a belief because they didn't really want to get up early, right? Because they weren't used to it, they had a negative association to it or whatever. Just try it before you deny it, but you have to do it every single day for a period of time to get into the flow and the rhythm. And getting up early is never going to happen if you don't get a good night's sleep. Like I get up early, but I go to bed early. If I was to get up early and go to bed late, I'd feel like crap all day. So bed before 10 p.m. is damn important. Let's go. Next one, and I never knew this impacted anything, by the way. Light, early, I'm going to say dinner. Light and early dinner. I generally, 9.5 times out of 10, don't eat meat at night. I try not to have too much aromatic, intense flavoring like chili. Definitely don't have processed sugar late at night. And if I do, I suffer hard because of it. And I can see it in my sleep stats. It just knocks me. My resting heart rate, which is a measure of like how much your body's processing, usually for me, it averages about 40 beats a minute is my average. If I have processed sugar, like have a chocolate brownie or something, I had it a few months back at a wedding that I went to. I had the dessert at the wedding. And my resting heart rate was like 48 beats a minute as the lowest. Because sugar, from like, we're getting a little bit off track, but I'm going to land the plane here. As tribal creatures, sugar wasn't something we had readily accessible. You couldn't just smash that. Because a brownie probably has like 10 teaspoons of sugar in it. Like an up and go breakfast sanitarium breakfast drink has like 15 teaspoons of sugar or something in it. In the wild, you might have a piece of fruit but come across rarely and not have it that often. And that's a huge amount. It's all the fiber to consume it with. It's just inconceivable for your body to try to get rid of all this sugar. It's like, it's hardcore. So your body's like trying to process this. Same thing with alcohol. If you have alcohol before sleep and you look at your sleep stats, I haven't drunk alcohol in 12, 13 years, but I've looked at my friends' stats. They go out and get pissed. Their stats are screwed. Like they have their body's like pumping. The liver is just pumping to try to like get the poison out of the body. The body's like, crap, get this stuff out of me. But a light early dinner will make a huge difference. If you have a very heavy dinner, like a lot of meat, a lot of carbs, like bread or pasta, quite late, like let's say 9 p.m., you had a massive steak and some pasta, and then you had a brownie, you are screwed. Your sleep is going to be so low quality. So you want to have a light early dinner. I have the heaviest meal of the day, smack in the middle of the day. I usually have meat for lunch, some kind of, and I eat a lot of food in the middle of the day. And then at night, I'll have something a bit lighter, usually vegetables. So I usually have like rice and vegetables or something, okay? Light early dinner makes a massive difference. All right. This next one's the one I probably struggle with the most. Screens off early. Screens are a sign to your nervous system, especially with the blue light. We're going to get to blue light soon. But screens to your nervous system are essentially charging it up and keeping you in fight or flight, keeping you in activating your parasympathetic nervous system, right? There's a natural, it's cool when you go camping. Whenever you go camping, there's always two kinds of people. There's people that just go to bed early and just go to bed with the sun, pretty much stay up for a campfire a little bit. And there's people that go there to get trashed and they'll stay up and party all night and just keep everyone else up. I prefer the first kind of people that go to bed early. But it's really cool to see because people are like, it's dark, it's time for sleep. And then they go to bed and then they wake up with the sun. It's really cool. But screens are tricking your mind. It's like, hey, it's time to stay alert, it's time to stay awake. So getting your screens off is important. The other thing is the content of what you're doing on the screens. If you're working late and you're on screens working or scrolling and comparing yourself, you've got that comparison, that short-term hit, that OCD, ADHD style drama, and pumping your brain with like information and getting it all racing and anxiety provoking. Very hard to come down from that. The whole gist, we're going to get to this later, we just want to get off screens, okay? As early as possible. Next point. All right, this is a big one as well. Don't exercise late. So I'm just going to make it easier, like just say 6 p.m. Try not to exercise after 6 p.m. But again, if you get an OURA ring so you can see your stats, you can just look at all this stuff yourself. If you don't want to spend the 300 US or whatever it is for these rings, 350 US maybe, 300, something around that, then just take my word for it. I've done the research here for a long period of time. Don't exercise past 6 p.m. The more hardcore you get yourself, it's so interesting. If I do like a hardcore run and then I meditate like half an hour after, it also shows me the stats when I meditate. You can look at your stats during meditation. And my heart rate will drop a lot, but the lowest might be like 76 beats a minute. Whereas when I meditate in the morning, like this morning I meditated and my lowest resting heart rate in my meditation was 46 beats a minute. 46 beats a minute, 76, 30 beats a minute more. That's because my heart rate's going so hard. That's 30 minutes after exercise. It takes a long time for your body to chill out and for your nervous system to restabilize after, and it'll keep you up. So don't exercise too late. Next, 8+ hours of sleep. 8+ hours. You get the gist. Now I want to make something very clear here. As soon as you actually start tracking your sleep, you'll realize that just because you go to bed at 10 and get up at 6, which is 8 hours from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., doesn't mean you've slept 8 hours. You wake up in the night sometimes without realizing it because you're kind of sleepy. It's kind of like sometimes when you're in a relationship, you say to your partner in the morning, you were up and you did this and said this, and they're like, oh no, I didn't, or I don't remember that. And you're like, what the hell? The person was literally awake. I could see them, they were talking to me. And they're like, no, I don't remember that. You wake up in the night without realizing it. My average stats is I'm up usually for like 45 minutes to an hour throughout the night, but I didn't realize that. So yeah, getting 8 hours sleep is fantastic. But if you're sleeping from 10 till 6, you're not actually getting 8 hours sleep. So 8+ hours. A really good night's sleep for me, I'll be in bed for 9 hours, but that seems like such a stretch for, I reckon, objectively in society at the moment. But just remember, 150 years ago, they were sleeping 11 to 13 hours a night. Shaquille O'Neal sleeps 11 hours a night, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 11 or 12 hours a night, Shaq does. And that guy knows he's living a big life. This is big. Next one, next hack. Blue light blockers. Man, there are so many gems here. Now, blue light blockers, where are mine? Mine are sitting around here. They're in my bedroom. These make a massive difference. I was thinking, yeah, what the hell is this gonna do wearing these blue light? They essentially block help. So if you've got like an LED light in your house somewhere, or you look at your phone or your laptop, it's emitting specific blue light emissions into your freaking eyeballs and skin. It gets absorbed through your skin as well. So it literally, if you were just laying naked on the ground with an LED light just shining on you, it's kind of like charging up your body with like, not in the way that we want it to be charged. It's not the same benefits of sunlight. So blue light blockers, at least if you do have lights on, it's kind of some way to protect against it. And I tested it, looked at my stats, not wearing it and then wearing it, and it does make a difference. I also want to mention here while we're here, just really quickly, that you can also get, I haven't done this yet, but I plan to do it. I don't know why I haven't done it. I think I just haven't been stable in one house for a while. But you can get light globes that are better for you. So I tend to try to get warmer light globes, which means they're more of a yellow color than the LED that's like that hardcore light. I didn't even think about this before. It was only when I became aware of it, I started to notice how it made me feel with the fluorescent lights. I was just kind of ignorant about it before. It's kind of like when you got an unhealthy diet, then you start eating healthy and you're feeling good and you're like, oh yeah, I was feeling good before and feeling good now. But then you relapse and you smash a heavy, like really unhealthy meal, fast food meal, or a bunch of sugar, and you're like, oh crap, I was feeling like that all the time and I didn't even realize because I normalized it. Same thing with the neon lights, the LED lights. Blue light blockers help with that with screens, etc. Get yourself a pair. You can get pairs for like 50 bucks online. It's not super expensive and it makes a big difference. Let's keep going. So 9, dim the lights. Whatever you got, dim them in the house. Forget about like the radiation that comes from the actual lights themselves, but just creating a low light. Like I have a lot of I use, where's my candles? This bad boy. I kind of carry around like an old person in a movie that's just like looking around at night. I literally take it to the bathroom because I don't want to turn my bathroom light on when I'm brushing my teeth and stuff, which is just like, I've got a hardcore LED lights in my new place in the bathroom and it's just so bright and it's just charging my mind up before I go to sleep. So I'm just in there with this little candle just rocking up in there because I keep the lights dim. I don't have the ceiling lights on at night. I've got a little, this is my lounge room area that I'm filming in. I've got a lamp there, and then I've got a salt lamp in my room that I use that I put on at night in my bedroom. And I literally don't even use my bathroom lights. I want to get a lamp in there eventually. It's going to be more convenient, but even if I go in my kitchen, I don't put my kitchen light on. Sometimes I'll walk in with 2 candles if I need a little bit more light. But dim the lights at night. It tells your body, starts saying, hey, yo, time for sleep. And it makes it easier to get to sleep. Okay, next one. Sweet. Exercise daily. Obviously, if we look down here, we said don't exercise past 6 p.m. But doing like 30 minutes of exercise or sweating every day, it's really healthy. I remember at one point I was struggling with acne and I hadn't exercised for a little while. And as soon as I started running, actually getting a sweat on, getting my body moving, my skin improved massively. It helps because it's pumping so much oxygen around your body. It's getting it moving. It helps with sleep if you're exercising daily. And what I'll find is if I push myself really hard, I'll notice really hard, and I'll do it consecutive days in a row, like big exercise, big exercise, big exercise. I'll notice my sleep stats look slightly worse. But then if I had 3 days rest, they would look better than what they did before I did those 5 days in a row of intense exercise. Because my body, my cardiovascular health, my general just effectiveness of the functioning of my biology, it improves because I'm generally healthier But sometimes I know my edges of when I'm pushing myself too hard based on saying, okay, my normal baseline of my stats is right here. It is cooking right now. And I can see that if I'm about to get sick and I pull it back and I'll have a rest day or something like that. And I actually don't even remember the last time I was sick. I literally can't remember because I can witness what's going on in my body. I don't just keep pushing myself and then because when you're pushing yourself heaps, your body's recovering. It takes away the functioning and resources that it uses for your immune system and other key aspects of your body. So if your immune system doesn't have enough resources to have channeled towards it, your immunity sucks. You can get sick quickly. So this is but overall, like exercising daily is so important. Like it helps massively. Let's keep going. All right. Oh man, this is huge. Avoid stimulants. Now, I'm just going to point out at this stage in the video, I've got a whole video on health. It's a big acronym. It's called SMASHED. And I go in depth in just how to nail your health. Nailing your sleep is one of those factors. This is the deep dive into it. But if you haven't checked that video out, I highly recommend going and checking that out because I go into this in depth. But this is important to avoid stimulants. Now, what are stimulants? I'm just going to quickly write this. So avoiding stimulants, but especially after midday. You might be like, well, I am going to get rid of my coffee, you know? And it's like, okay, cool. But just try not to have your coffee after midday. It stays in the system for a long time. So stimulants are anything that gets your body pumping. You got stimulants. Social media, in my opinion, is a stimulant. It provokes anxiety. But then you've got sugar, caffeine, substances. Can pretty much summarize it. Avoid those things, okay? Cool, that's that. Avoiding stimulants, but especially after midday. This one's such a good hack. Wear an eye mask. Now, I'm actually going to tell you guys the brand of the one that I have. Because it's just into my bedroom there. It's just awesome. It's called Alaska Bear. It was a present from my friends, a couple friends of mine, some of my best friends, Alyssa and Richard. So thank you guys if you're watching this. It's called Alaska Bear. And I've tried a lot. The problem is this for me. My face gets hot. So if I get these really good quality ones that wrap around my head like I'm half of the mummy, it's like my skin can't breathe. However, if I get one that's kind of like loose and it's only a single strap at the back, then it'll fall off. But the interesting thing about this, it's like, I'll put it on. But I just want to show you guys something, like so you get the gist. I'm not sure whether you can see this, but it's like, look how loose it is. My skin can breathe massively, but it doesn't, it can slip off, but it's so like, look at this, look how loose it is at the back here. It's so loose, but because it's got two straps, it actually still stays on. So I can breathe and it stays on, which has been a huge problem. I've tried like 4 different eye masks, but the reason why is the degree of how dark it is a big determining factor of the quality of your sleep. So a general rule of thumb is dark, cold, and quiet. It sounds miserable, but it's good conditions. We got these are the blue light blockers. Just thought I'd bring these out at the same time. But the next one I've got in my pocket, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So we've got wear eye mask, makes a massive difference. It allows you to be more consistent with your sleep, especially if the light rises early where you are around the world. Next one is wear earplugs. Now I've done a lot of testing of eye masks and earplugs because I'm massively into sleep hacking. These earplugs are gold and they are so cheap. You know these little ones that like people will just wear when like tradies will wear if they're lawn mowing or whatever. It's super cheap, just foam. I've tried a lot of hardcore ones that full block it. I've tried blue tack. I've tried a lot of different earplugs, ear muffs. The problem is like if it's something that's too intense, it presses into your head if you lay on that side or roll over. If it's earmuffs, they'll fall off. But these are so light that it's not like sucking into your ear so hardcore that it's kind of like blocks it, like air blocks it. And it's like, it feels uncomfortable and like constrictive. It's light, but it really does the job well. Like I sleep, where I sleep, there's a tram line right out there. I don't hear it. These are perfect. And you can get them from, I'm not sure what the equivalent, but in Australia we've got Officeworks, which is just an office supplies stationery shop. You can get them for there for like $3, like absolute bargain. Definitely makes a huge difference. Next one. Oh, this is good. Be cool. Be cool. I spoke about that a minute ago. Quiet, dark. Dark because you're wearing an eye mask, but you want to get rid of light as much as you can, like block out blinds. But eye mask does that. Be cool. Sleep in a cooler room. I literally, most nights, I sleep with a sheet. I've got a doona, but I roll my doona over, and then I've got a sheet, and I sleep with a sheet. And then I've got the doona there so I can pull it back if I do get cold. And usually in the morning when I wake up, I'm a little bit cool, but it's way better for your body to be cooler versus warmer. The warmer you are, the worse the quality of your sleep is, okay? So being in a cooler room is important. And just do what, there is a sleep system that you can get called the OURA sleep system, like OURER. And it's this, it's a mat that pumps water through the mat. And then in the machine, it's regulating the temperature. And you can figure out what the best temperature is for that you sleep well at. And it will literally, like a thermostat, adjust what it needs to pump through there to keep you at the same temperature. I haven't got that yet. It's been on the to-do list, but the principle here is stay cooler rather than warmer. Okay. Oh, yeah, baby. Bedroom, business only. Business only. Now, I'm not talking about business like making money. I'm talking about sleep and sex. SS. This is what you want to keep your bedroom for. Have an association to it. Don't be working in there as well. And keep it as much as possible a sanctuary for sex, because sex is awesome, and also a good quality night's sleep. Have it as like your comfy sanctuary. And then your mind associates when it goes in there, this is my sleep place and my sex place. But sleep as well, and it helps you the quality of your sleep. Oh yeah. Okay, this is very, very important. This is probably one of the most important ones. Wind down early. I got some fun facts for you around this, or just little fun things. Tribes people used to work 3 to 4 hours a day. I was talking to my mum at one point about the fact that, so 8 hours plus sleep, that we used to sleep 11 to 13 hours a night. She was like, how would people have time for that? People only used to work 3 to 4 hours a day to forage for the foods they need, hunt, whatever. Obviously there'd be different tribes, different methods, blah, blah, blah. But on average, 3 to 4 hours a day. Because they would wake up, especially if it was a hot region, they would work and they didn't want to be in the sun too much because you're naked as a tribes person, working from sunrise to midday, roughly. And then, like the right stages is like you do your intense work in the morning. This is for us in modern day society. And then when it hits about midday, you start cooling off what you're doing and start winding down. Then when the nighttime chill time, just relax. Very contrary to probably what you're doing, because you're probably a reflection of society like we all are. And we're usually just crazy go, hustle 24/7. It's not going to help you have a good night's sleep. We're here to improve sleep, right? So wind down early. And that just means 5, 6 o'clock, start changing your association. It's chill time. And I find that like if I'm watching, at the moment, I'm not really watching TV. I do phases where I'll be like, cool, next month, no TV. Just to give myself like a bit of a break because I love watching movies. But if I watch a movie, it impacts the quality of my sleep. I'm not winding down. if I'm playing some relaxing music and having good conversation with friends, or doing some journaling or some oracle cards or a meditation or playing some music, playing guitar, chilled, I love playing guitar, it just winds me down. But just having that association is important and valuable. All right, 2 more. These are big ones. I remember writing these out and I was like, far out. These, I've almost saved the best 2 for last. Wi-Fi off, like shut it off, turn it off at the switch, Wi-Fi off, and airplane mode your phone. Okay, airplane mode your phone. And there's one more fact to this. Put your phone out of reach. Preferably in another room, but that's going to contradict, for some of you, the 18th step. Now, one of the worst things that can happen is you on your phone before you get out of bed. Or before, like when you're in bed. It's probably the worst thing you could ever do for yourself, is have a phone in bed. Like it's just, it becomes the norm for most people, but it can also become the norm to not have you. I've never have my phone in bed, because I've got a little charger in my lounge room here. That's where I charge my phone. I don't un-aeroplane mode my phone until after I've meditated and done my morning ritual in the morning, which is usually close to 9 o'clock, even though I get up around 6 to 7, depending on what's up. But this is just a game-changing hack. It will change your life, this point alone. Wi-Fi off, airplane mode your phone. Don't put it back on until you've got up and done the things for yourself before you start responding to the world or looking for validation or comparing yourself or whatever happens on social media. That's what I do. I compare myself. Not consciously, it just happens automatically. And I don't feel good. I feel anxious. So you don't want that in bed. You don't want that in the bed at night or the morning. So keep your phone out of reach. And I'm just going to go straight to the 18th because it's relevant here. Sleep playlist. Oh, this is a good hack. Oh my gosh. This is game changing. Where's my phone? Damn it, it's out of reach. So you want it out of reach, right? So this is just golden. Sleep playlist. Now, what I've found, this before 10 p.m. thing, it's great in theory, so great. Actually getting to bed before 10 p.m., way harder, way harder. So I have an alarm at night that goes off at 9. I've changed it over time, but I'm just going to use the one that's most common for me, 9 o'clock. Alarm goes off at 9 o'clock. And what I do at 9 o'clock is I go to my Spotify and I've got a little playlist in here. It's called my sleep playlist. I'll show whether you guys can see it in here. Sleep playlist, just up the top there. Go into my sleep playlist, and what I've got, I'm not sure if you will see this either, but we'll just do the best that we can. What do you reckon, Jimmy? Yeah. So I've got song, and then boom, a sleep meditation. Now, the cool thing here is I always found it so difficult to get to bed at night when I wanted to go to bed. Staying up doing little extra things, pottering around the house, dicking around, just wasting time. Now, I didn't want to be, but when I'm tired, it's harder to make rational decisions. When I'm tired, I'm just like, do a bit of this, put on the TV, and I'll go wash that up. Just messing around, wasting time. Sleep playlist. This is so gold. What happens is, I've timed, for me, you can change the duration of this, but I do 30 minutes. I press song number 1, and I know I've got 30 minutes of relaxing music that will play 30 minutes in a row of just different music that's relaxing, and then boom, a sleep meditation goes off. So the way that I do it is just like I play it through, I'll talk about that in a sec. So 30 minutes, then I know once this music's on, my mind's like, okay, cool, it's this song, now it's that song. And I know I've got 30 minutes to pack up the day, get ready for bed, and get into bed so I can do my sleep meditation at 9:30, right? And then that is such an anchor for me to get to sleep. I get to sleep really easily after that, especially because I had 30 minutes relaxing music going off. It's just a nice segue to get myself, and a sleep meditation to help me get to sleep. So the cool thing is like Spotify's got a specific feature. So if I play song number 1, it's going through my Not sure whether you guys will hear that. You will. Putting on the headphones is so loud. This is my first song on my playlist. If I go to that song in Spotify, click the three dots in the top right and scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a little feature there that says sleep timer, right? If you click that sleep timer, you can choose how long you want the timer to go for. So I click an hour. I'm going to turn that music off now. So I click go, so 9 o'clock, alarm goes off, PM, boom, sleep playlist on. I know I've got 30 minutes to get to sleep, but I also clicked sleep timer for an hour. Because what then happens is after an hour of playing all the songs in the playlist, which after 30 minutes is a 15-minute sleep meditation, which I go to sleep in, then there's another 15 minutes after that until the hour's up, and then boom, it cuts the music off so it doesn't wake me up in the night, which is really cool. I personally, like you can just make your own custom playlist here. I put mine through my sound bar on my TV. So like it's essentially my sound system. So I've got my phone in another room. I've got the sleep timer on. The playlist turns off. It's literally in another room playing music, like medium volume, but I can hear it with my earplugs in still subtly when I'm asleep in the other room. I just got the door open and then it goes off. But that's such a massive, such a good last hack. It's changed my life, that, because I struggled for so long I want to get to bed early. How do I do it? This is how I do it, the sleep playlist. The sleep meditation helps me drift into sleep nicely. The 30 minutes helps me not waste time. I've got time to get ready and I get into bed, tuck myself in, got my sheet, got my earplugs, got my eye mask, got the whole shebang. And then boom, sleep playlist. So let's recap this. Get an OURA ring so you can gamify your stats. Go to bed at the same time each night. Your body gets used to it, like the body clock of waking up a minute before your alarm. It starts putting in place the recovery systems, gets ready to kind of shut itself down from conscious waking state into sleeping recovery state. It knows what time to shut you down so the quality of sleep's better. Before 10 p.m., align with the circadian rhythms. Light early dinner, so your body can actually not be digesting too much heavy stuff and it can put the effort into recovery overnight. Light early dinner. I don't have meat. I definitely don't have processed sugar at night. And I don't have like heavy carbs. Okay? Get the screens off early. It'll stimulate the mind based on the content you're consuming, but also the LED lights. On that note as well, we've got blue light blockers down here. But don't exercise past 6 p.m. You still can, it's just gonna disturb your sleep. If that's your only thing you can do, I mean, it's okay, but get to exercise earlier in the day so you don't get your heart rate pumping too high, your nervous system, kind of like in sympathetic nervous system. 8+ hours. We used to sleep 11 to 13 hours 150 years ago. 8 hours minimum. And that doesn't just mean I go to sleep at 10, I wake up at 6. That's not 8 hours because you wake up throughout the night without knowing in most cases. So you need more than that. Probably 8.5 to 9 hours minimum of time between falling asleep and your alarm going off or when you wake up. Blue light blockers. Get the glasses that stop the penetration of radiation in your eyes. You don't want to be eye fucked is what I was going to say, and I was like, don't say that. Then I'm like, of course I've got to say that. Dim the lights. Get your body associating to, okay, it's sleep time now. If you got lights on and it's bright, your body's being told it's daytime, you're getting ready to fight or flight or like to keep yourself safe. That's not going to allow your body to get into a restful state. Exercise daily, just obviously before 6 p.m., but exercise daily to keep your body as healthy as possible at processing things. Avoid stimulants, sugar, caffeine, substances, just especially after midday, but preferably get rid of these things for your health at all times. We want to be in a cool, dark, silent room. Sounds like a bit of a rape dungeon, but it is cool, dark, silent room. So wear an eye mask. Again, I suggest the Alaska Bear brand, which again was a gift from Alyssa and Richard, my close friends. Thank you guys. It is brilliant because it's got the double strap. Again, it makes it easier for it not to fall off, but you don't have to have it on really tight as well. which means there's breathability for your skin and you don't get too hot on your face. Earplugs, just get cheapies from Officeworks because they're light, they're not too intrusive and sucking your eardrum in and just making it hard. They also are soft so you can sleep on it, no problems. $3 from Officeworks or your local kind of stationery shops. Sick. Be cool, have the room cool. You can use the OURA sleep system to regulate that as well, the temperature. Bedroom for business only. Sex and sleep. Make sure that you wind down early. Just use like 5, 6 p.m. It's time to start relaxing and create that association. Turn the Wi-Fi off, airplane mode, keep your phone out of reach, and have a sleep playlist where you got 30 minutes of relaxing music to start getting ready for bed. When your alarm goes off for the time to start getting ready for bed, I do it at 9 o'clock. You then have 30 minutes where you can get ready for bed, 9 o'clock, 9:30, boom, sleep meditation goes off in my Spotify playlist, and I got the sleep timer on in the Spotify settings, so it turns off after that. That is how you have an awesome night's sleep. The perfect night's sleep, in actual fact. Guys, love you. Let me know if there's anything that you think I should add to the list in the comments. And if you're ready to amplify your sleep, type sleep obsessed in the comments as well. And if you found this video valuable, drop us a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click that button so we can do this journey of personal development together. And I'll see you in the next video.